All right, guys, so welcome back to Joe's RC Corner, and today we are back out at the hangar. We're going to be working on the Cricket, of course. So stay tuned, and I'm going to show you what we're going to work on today. All right, guys, so like I said, we're back on the Cricket today, and we are going to be working on some really cool parts here. We need to finish up the fuel system here on the pilot side. Everything is pretty much done. On the passenger side here, we've gotten the strengthener piece and the channel for the fuel lines to go through is installed and now going down into the header tank. So that is completed. That is looking good. I'm happy with how that came out. We're going to repeat the process on the other side. The other small things that I want to get done today have to do with some of the starter switches and maybe some of the switches to protect accidentally turning off the batteries, the masters. So we're going to take a look at that. So what we went and what I purchased here is a starter switch here. Bought it on Amazon. So quality may vary. Just keep that in mind, guys. I'm willing to put it on my airplane, but you guys need to make your own decisions on whether or not you want to put it on yours. But as you can see, it has the start button there. It's a momentary switch. So I got to figure out which connections do what. It does have a backlight on it that makes it glow red. I'm not sure I'm going to use that. It's going to depend upon how bright it is, because if it's too bright, then of course I don't want to have it on in flight because it can be kind of distracting. So I may turn that off, but we'll see how that looks, and we will wire that up into the plane. Now the reason, guys, the reason why I'm doing this is the switch that's in the plane here is pretty nice. It's a nice switch. I'm not going to knock on that. But as you can see, it's a key switch. But to be honest with you guys, I'm not sure a key is really necessary because it's so easy to hotwire this thing to get it to start that what would be the point? So if somebody really wants to steal the airplane, they can get into it and they could steal it. So I'm just going to go with that. So the other thing, I also got some of these little protectors for my masters, and how I'm going to do this is open is going to be off, and then closed will be on. And the reason why I want to do that is I don't want to accidentally turn off a master, my master switch, but accidentally turning it on. You know, I'm going to have my plane on a charger all the time, so it shouldn't be an issue. But make sure it's off, flip it open, and turn the switch off. So, but that way I can at least have a protection of accidentally turning off my master, prevent myself from accidentally turning it off. So, got a couple of them. Again, Amazon. I'll put a link down in the description if you guys are interested. So we'll get those installed and that installed. The other thing I want to start looking at, and not really doing it today, but I want to start looking at, is I have my static ports here. We're going to go ahead and try to figure out where I want to put them, and it's pretty close to around where the 44 is going to be, maybe down in between. We'll take a look, and then start working on getting the static lines routed forward too, because I got to get the pitot ports going through as well. And as you see, I went and got myself a remove before flight, protect that pitot tube. But I'm also putting this on here just to keep myself from whacking my head into it. So there we go. We still have to remove these lights and move from there. Now, I did want to just take a quick moment here, guys, and just talk to you. Last video, I understand, you know, like I mentioned, we are not going to make it to Oshkosh with the Cricket. But those of you that commented, thank you very much for the support on that. you know, I really would love to bring it out there, but you know, the cards just aren't in the table for it. So we want to make sure that I get everything hooked up properly and get it all done nicely. So take my time and get her done. So if I had every day available to me without work and without life going around, then yeah, we'd probably get her done in time, but not gonna happen right now. So we're just gonna go ahead, take our time, get it done, excuse me, and maybe we'll get it out to the Zenith fly-in in September. Not gonna set a hard goal for that, guys. That's gonna be a maybe. We're gonna see how everything is going along, how things are moving, and then go from there. But we are gonna keep working, and we are gonna get her done. Just we want to get it done right. So with that being said, guys, I think in the last email I mentioned to you, or in the last video I mentioned that I did order the servos for the autopilot for the Grand Rapids system. I also have ordered a bomb from Level Aviation. That's going to be my backup unit for all of my avionics, so that'll provide me with a full backup system. And I'm thinking about putting it on the right wing since I have my pitot tube on the left wing. We'll put the backup unit on the right wing, so that way I have my backup system, my primary system, autopilot, and we'll be ready to go from that. So we're going to go back to it, and we're going to start working on the passenger or pilot side panel, or up on the top for the fuel lines. Get that taken care of, get that mounted, get everything put away on that side of the aircraft, and try to get that fuel line part done. And then we're going to start taking a look at, we're going to get the harness mount in there as well, of course, and get all that kind of situated and completed. So that's the plan for today, guys. Let's get to work, and I'll see you guys in a few. Okay, guys, so welcome back from the break, and yeah, we got a lot done already inside here. So as you can see, we have now both of my channels for the fuel lines are set and going back and into the back cabin there. They are riveted in place. We do have this also, which is the this is the switch valve to go from left to right tank, and that is all mounted and good tug test. Everything is nice and secured, Whittaker clamps, and I also added my I'm not sure how well you're going to see it, but there's a grommet now to keep this from getting in the aluminum. We do have the plastic piece up there protecting the fuel lines from touching the L angle that goes through there, which has also been trimmed so it doesn't touch. We also have the pilot side 4-point harness attachment riveted in place, permanent, and the other one is already in. So fuel lines are now completed in the fuselage cabin. Now we need to go back down in here, and I need to mount the fuel filters with my Odell clamps, Adele, whatever. So we're going to use these Adele clamps to mount these fuel filters in place. So that way the fuel is set and ready to go. And they're going to be bolted through on one side. It's going to be an L angle over here. This L angle that goes down right now, this is going to be bolted through. Fuel line comes through the top, through the filter, and then down into the header tank. The other one is going to be bolted through the bottom of the skin, and that will take care of the fuel filter for the high pressure side going to the engine. That will then take care of almost all of the fuel system at that point. The only last part of the fuel system I still need to get resolved and mounted is, of course, my fuel flow sensor. So we're going to get this also taken care of within the next few days. I'm thinking where I'm going to mount this is going to be down here I'm not sure if I'm going to try to get it in here if I can. I'm going to read the instructions, because if I can get this mounted into the onto the firewall right there and bolt that through, the wire will then go through the firewall and then right up to the EIS. Straight should be good, but I want to make sure that that's correct. So I'm going to read the book, make sure that's proper, make sure that that's what I can do. If that's the case, then we're going to get that mounted as well and get that fuel line, get the fittings on there and get the wires through, and then that will be set. So that's where we are. So the next step's going to be finishing up underneath in the hellhole here. So I got to get under there. Do not like getting in there, but it is what it is. So we're going to get in there, get the drill, get the bolts and ratchets and so on, and we're going to get those fuel filters mounted. I'm going to cap off one of those inputs on the header tank because don't need it. There's only going to be one filter going down in there now. So we're going to get that all straightened out. We're going to make sure we leave a little bit of extra hose on either end so that it's easy to get this in and out when I have to replace this. And it'll be just basically loosening the clamp here, slide it out after disconnect, doing the disconnects, and we'll be good to go. So that's what we're going to be working on next, guys. Let's get in the hellhole and get that done next. Okay, guys, so welcome back, and sorry I haven't been doing time lapses. Just some of the areas that I'm having to work at right now have been kind of difficult to get a camera in there for time lapsing. But let me go ahead and touch base with where we are today and where we're ending for the weekend, because tomorrow is Easter, so happy Easter to everybody that celebrates it. Yeah, so let me show you what we got done. Okay, guys, so I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see here, but we do have both of the channels are now permanently installed here. These are for the fuel lines to go back and through and down and on both sides there. So that's all done. This fuel system is now completed inside. Got my fuel switch in, got my other mount for my 4-point harness is there. So that's all good to go. All my fuel lines are now ran and clamped on both sides over here too. Not sure if you'll be able to see it. I also put a snap ring around the GPS wire to make sure that nothing gets cut down along here. We're going to be getting those attached later and getting it tied up. Down underneath, we did do a little bit underneath down here. We drained my fuel. I'm going to go ahead and get that dumped responsibly. We have a dump station here for fuel on the airport, so we will get that dumped. But we have, the system is completely drained right now because there's no reason for it to just have fuel sitting in it. So we drained the tanks. Everything is empty. What we're going to be doing next week is we need to get back into this wiring over here and finish it up, the wiring from the wing. Then maybe in a couple weeks we'll start working on the rigging, getting all my cables ran, get that all situated, and then move from there. I do have those servos coming for my pitch and roll. I haven't decided on where those are going to go yet. So put links in the comment to anyone that has any ideas on that. I know I've been following a couple of guys, for instance, Marks and I forgot the other gentleman. But anyways, I've been watching some videos on how they've been hooking them up in here, so I'll keep an eye out. But if you guys have any suggestions on that, please put them in the comments down below. I did not get my switch guards in, but I did get the new starter switch in here. So that's looking pretty sweet. And I've already tested it and it does work. So we're good to go. So we have a push button start now. And we'll see about putting those switch covers over the masters. I'm not sure I really need them. I'd get the reluctance on other people and why they recommend them, but I'm not sure I really need them. I'll see. I don't know. But anyway, so that's done. We got a lot more wiring still to do, but good amount of work done today with the fuel system. So pretty happy with that. All right, guys, so that's it for today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like the video if you like what you're seeing, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. So bye now. Happy Easter.